Yo, what's up guys? Bill here, Classic Rock and Metal Review. Time to go over the monthly haul for December of 2022. I know we're a little behind, still catching up after the 3-week hiatus, you know, as you guys are well aware. But already a couple videos up, so here we go. We're getting back right into it. If you can like or subscribe, that would be awesome. Also, I do appreciate some comments on feedback for the stuff that, you know, I'm about to show you, is because I think it was last month I got that Lizzy Buckingham Out of the Cradle. I think I paid $1 for it. Somebody said, you know, check that out, it's awesome. It is, man. So that was a nice little tip. Got right to that one instead of just throwing it up on the shelf and getting to it some other time. So anyway, that would be great. All right, man. So you know, I've kind of gotten away from the eBay, you know, thing lately. I've just been a little too busy for that. But I did take a stroll Christmas shopping week before Christmas into a thrift shop that happened to have I don't know, a couple hundred CDs. So I went through them. They were $1 each. Got myself Final Cut, Pink Floyd. Of course I had this before, but I think my ex has it now, so haha, back in the fold. Also, I just listened to this today, Eric Clapton, Backless, 1978 studio album, follow up to Slow Hand, obviously. So not a slow hand for sure, but it's pretty damn good, man. I think I really like his 70s stuff. Didn't realize how much, you know. So that was a good pickup. Osmosis by Ozzy. Got to get myself some Ozzy, man. Like Beyond Bark at the Moon. Finally, Crew, Dr. Feelgood. Now I love the song. I doubt I'm going to like this album, but for $1, I'll give it a shot. I basically stopped listening to Crew after Shout at the Devil. It just wasn't my style anymore, the way they were going. But, you know, for $1, nice 16-song best of by Priest, Living After Midnight. We've all seen this in the bargain bin for years, right? I wouldn't pay $8 or $10 for it. I will pay $1. Nice to have a little compilation of a favorite band of yours, single disc, right? Whenever you're hitting the road or something, you need something quick to grab. You don't want a regular album? There you go. Boss Skaggs, Some Change. 1994 album from him. The only thing I think I have from him is, you know, the hits or whatever it's called. Hits. So that'll be interesting to check out. Early 90s. I'm hoping it's another sort of Lizzy Buckingham style great album. Another single disc. Quirky little Super Hits by Blue Oyster Cult. You know it's going to be a quality product when it's called Super Hits, right? 10 songs on this one, and it's a lot of older stuff, man. A lot of first 3 album material on there. So looking forward to that bad boy. Of course, Burning for You kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. Most of the albums early 70s. Asia, Then and Now, you get 5 older songs, 5, I guess, new songs on this guy. The only album I have from them is the first album, which I like. I don't love. I'm not a huge progressive rock guy, so. But, I mean, I can't stop saying it. For $1, how do you say no? Foreigner, Inside Information. I think this is maybe 87. I would never pay more than $1 for this album. Well, who knows? I never really heard it, so who am I to say? I think Say You Will was the hit off of this one. I Don't Want to Live Without You is a soft rock hit. That's on there too. But you know, I like Foreigner's stuff up until 4. We'll see how that one is. And then, like I said, another single disc compilation, Scorpions, Best of Rockers and Ballads. I mean, I don't really think it's that steeped in ballads, you know. So I don't think the name's a little goofy. It's just a compilation, you know, and basic one at that for the most part. A couple of songs on there I'm not too familiar with. All right, now on to some discs that we spent a few bucks for. Got Neil Young, Landing on Water. Now this album isn't that good, I admit it, but I love the song Weight of the World, the first song on the album. And you know, I really need to give it another listen. I did listen to it, most of it, a few weeks ago. It's not that great, just like I remembered it being. But I love Weight of the World. Sandinista, double CD, The Clash. Got to check this one out. I don't think I've ever heard anything off this except for, you know, some video concerts and things I got. DVD concert and a CD concert I think I have. That'll be great. Peter Tosh, I have a best of from him. Now I got a regular studio album, Legalize It. I think it's 76. I'm not 100% sure of that. I love Peter Tosh. Also have his Captured Live double album from '83. Awesome. One of the original Wailers. You guys don't know that. Cheap Trick. Picked both of these CDs up. They were sealed, brand new, $4 each. First album, '77. 10-song regular album, and also you get 5 bonus tracks that were done for the album and then just not put on it. So not live versions and demo versions. 5 complete songs here. Might be a demo or 2, but they're all complete, songs that would have been on the album. Nothing live or anything. In color, I think this might be the same year, 77, maybe 78. Still sealed. I haven't listened to this one yet. Did listen to the first album. It's pretty good. Another 5 bonus tracks on this one. I think these are 1998 editions of these albums. And this one does have a couple live songs, but also a couple, 2 or 3, again, outtakes from the sessions. So nice big packages there. Rest in peace, David Crosby. A friend in work gave me his CD collection, earlier this year. No cover art, no jewel cases, just the discs. I finally got around to listening to this one, which I had on vinyl, but I don't pull out my vinyl a whole lot, and I'm not even sure I remembered I had it. Loved the hell out of this, so I went on eBay for $5 or so, got me a copy, a nice clean copy, just to have the artwork and all, jewel case. Went through a Carpenters phase a month or 2 ago. Got this one, I think it's called Now and Then. Pretty sure it's 74. I haven't listened to it yet. Kind of looking forward to this one. Karen's back on drums. Never heard her play drums. You don't know what you're missing. She's insane. Also got this 25th anniversary compilation. Had one new song on it, which was just okay. Compilation's a little quirky. Not my cup of tea, honestly. Give me singles, 69 to 73. That's the ultimate Carpenters compilation there. All right, how about a couple of concert DVDs? This one needs to be in your collection, or go on YouTube and watch it. Traffic Live at Santa Monica, 1972. Just brilliant, amazing, one of the best concert DVDs of all time. Absolutely. Another great one. This one made one of the top 5 list of DVDs you need to see last month. This one, Deep Purple Live in Concert 72-73, also known as Live in Copenhagen, and also known as Machine Head Live. There was Laserdisc releases out there, Japanese Laserdisc, standard Laserdisc. So various titles. This one does come with a couple of bonus songs from New York 73. Haven't watched that yet. Great black and white video concert as far as the Copenhagen portion. Now, we all have Kissology, right? Of course we do. This is volume 2, 78 to 91. The only bonus disc I have with this one is Largo. I think it's 78, or 79 rather. The one that came with this one. Went and bought, somebody was selling them separately online. I bought Budokan 88, although it's a knockoff. I mean, totally ripped DVD-R. But for $7, I wasn't that unhappy with it, actually, because it did play fine. And I think because I got the Nashville '84 show and listened to that quite a few times the last month, kind of primed me for the foolishness that lie ahead in this one. Although it wasn't that bad, I kind of knew what to expect. They're kind of, wearing the shredded clothes and all that crap. But musically sounded pretty good. I mean, the guitar is not the sound I love or anything. It's got that whole kind of twangy 80s sound. But overall, the show was not that bad, I have to admit. Budokan 88. So, not a legit release there, but I figured I'd show you anyway. It was pretty cool. Cooler than I expected. I think there's a Ritz New York 88 bonus DVD out there, too. Next up, I've got a couple CDs here, man. Thin Lizzy live in London 2011. I was at this tour, so my buddy bought this at the show. He burned me a copy. The burn, something's wrong with the burn. CDRs! So got myself a legit copy. Great set list on here. Probably wouldn't go out of my way to get it if I wasn't at this tour. I don't know, maybe eventually I would. But since I was there, I kind of wanted it again. Cool, double CD, nice digipack thing here. For $7, I think I paid for this. Pretty happy with that. I think I already showed you this guy. Kiss discs 2 and 3 from the Creatures Deluxe Edition. These are all the rarities, demos, outtakes, whatever you want to call them. The Kiss Killers material, which I don't have that CD, so good stuff on here, man. Someone's parting out the box, $40 for these two. Pretty happy with that. Was never going to spend $300 on that box set. Not big enough fan of posters, basically. Songs for While I'm Away, another Thin Lizzy product. CD, DVD, and Blu-ray on here. Now, I never saw a documentary of Thin Lizzy, believe it or not. I might have actually maybe saw some of it back when VH1 did it in the late 90s, was it? I don't even remember. Early 90s? I'm trying to remember when those shows were on. But I don't even think I saw the whole thing even back then because I wasn't even into them yet. I didn't really get into Lizzy till probably mid-30s, all right? So seeing the Blu-ray, DVD, and as many people have already told you, if you haven't seen it yourself, it's more about Phil himself as opposed to a Thin Lizzy documentary. So it was really, really interesting. Of course, they tell you the basics of what's going on with the band too. So that's the Blu-ray. The DVD is Sydney, Australia, 78, Opera House there. That came out as a VHS called Boys Are Back in Town, which I used to have. I transferred it to a DVD-R when I got rid of all my videotapes. The sound on that thing was some of the worst I've ever heard for a professionally released concert. Oh man, the sound was hard. It sounded like somebody taped it on a radio, even though it was professionally filmed. It was kind of bizarre. So now that's all cleaned up. The original video is only like 8 songs, 7 or 8 songs. So now those 7 or 8 songs look great. There's a bunch more songs. It's the whole set finally, which is great. But the bonus tracks sound good, but they don't look as good. That footage is kind of grainy. I don't really care. I'm just glad to have a longer version of that concert, and the sound is now good. So, yeah, and then you get a CD of that show too. This was under $30. Triple win for this guy. Love me, Thin Lizzy. Love that package. All right, so Japan stuff. Then we'll get to some box sets, man. Can you believe I was thinking about doing this combined with new releases? Man, it would have been a freaking half-hour video. Some Van Halen. There's a bunch of 78 tours out there. This was Ipswich, definitive Ipswich, I think, 1978. We're in the UK. I don't know if it's Scotland or where. You know, your basic, I guess they're an opening band still, 12 songs to this one. I think DOA is actually the encore, you know. It says stereo soundboard recording. I don't think this is a soundboard. It sounds more like radio broadcast style where they just plop the microphone on the stage. Could be wrong, but I have a pretty good ear for this stuff. Anyway, this is a great show. Loved it. Haven't listened to this one yet. Back to Lizzy again. Jailbreak Tour, US Tour, 76. You get the classic Chicago show, which I already had on an older, a 10-year-old CD, Wild Eyed Boys. So I'm looking forward to see if this is remastered or in any way. There's no additional material. That's one disc. The other disc, though, you get a show from Detroit. I think it's Ford Auditorium, maybe. A month later. That is a nice gem of a show. Now, I ordered this before I knew they were putting out the Live and Dangerous box set or deluxe edition, which I have on order. But I don't think the Detroit show is one of those shows on that. So hopefully that's the case. And then I didn't buy this for next to no reason. Blue Oyster Cult, all right, man, I love these guys, and and I love Fire of Unknown Origin. Album is phenomenal. If you haven't heard that one, you gotta. Just stands out like a sore thumb to me, man. It's just, I think, their best album, along with their first few. So this show is called Burning in Pasadena. It is on a CDR. I did pay like $17 for this. But as you can see, unlike most CDRs, you got a full-size jewel case. You got all the usual artwork of a CD. Even on the inside, you got an inner something to look at. Usually it's just a tray card, nothing on the back. You got the full back and everything. We even got nice photos behind the disc. So yeah, it's a CDR, but it was the only way to get this show. So every once in a while, I break my own rule about CDRs and go for it. So anyway, that's a great show. I've listened to that a couple times. Really cool hearing Joan Crawford. And I think there's something else from that album, but maybe not now that I'm looking. It's a good show, though. A lot of great old stuff. Joan Crawford, I guess, is the highlight on there. It's the only other song besides Burning For You from Fire of Unknown Origin, unfortunately. Kiss, Knoxville, 79 soundboard, double CD. There's another show, I think Atlanta, that wasn't as long, so I went with this guy. I think they both might be sold out by now. This came out a few months ago. I don't think I showed you this yet, but if I did, guys, sorry. I wasn't really keeping track. I don't really have time to go back and watch my old 20-minute videos. Anyway, sorry if it's a duplicate, but Kiss, Knoxville. I haven't heard this yet. I don't know how. Well, I guess you could see how. If so much stuff coming in the doors all the time. Looking forward to that bad boy. And then the Eagles. This one's called Bye Bye Nagoya, Japan, January of 76. Ultimate lineup here. It's 76, but of course, Hotel is still 10, 11 months away. So it's the One of These Nights tour. Just got Joe Walsh on board. The guitar licks going on here, the guitar sort of duel going on between Felder and Walsh. Epic, awesome. Double CD, and listen, Moonchild is the label here. They do a lot of great soundboards on silver press CDs. The artwork and stuff's a little bare bones. Like every CD they put out pretty much has the same exact font with the titles and stuff. If you can get past that, it's a great way to get it. I think these double CD was $20. All right, quickly to the box set so we can wrap it up. I told you at some point in the past, I've really been neglecting my Neil. The Doors, Lynyrd Skynyrd and Neil, had tons of their albums on cassette 20, 30 years ago. Ditched them all 5 years ago. Hadn't listened to them in 20 years. And that I would be rectifying that situation as far as Neil in a big way. Case in point, Neil Young Harvest 50th Anniversary Edition. Haven't even cracked this one open yet. You know about it, right? Do I even need to get into it? Remastered album, 3 bonus tracks, DVD movie of the filming of documentary style of the making of Harvest, BBC in concert DVD. There is a problem with some of those not playing correctly, or really distorted sound, something like that. I already have that show burned off of VH1 from years ago. I actually have 2 copies. It must have came on again and I taped it again just to be safe. So if it doesn't play, no big deal. And I'm sure at some point they'll send you out a replacement. So I wanted the rest of the material, $37. I mean, come on, that's like how much breakfast is if you go out to eat, God's sakes. And then also, I think for under $80, Neil Young Archives Volume 2. I don't even have Volume 1. Probably when Volume 1 was coming out, I was kind of getting out and listening to Young and going more towards like heavier rock again. And now we're coming back around full circle again. So sometimes it's good to get back with your ex. In this case, I've already been through 3 of these CDs. I don't have anything in here. One of the complaints is that 3 of these CDs were previously released in the last few years. It's a kind of, it sucks if you already got them and you're rebuying them. But I don't have any of them, so all 10 are new to me. I love Tonight's the Night, one of my favorite Neil Young albums. I bought Time Fades Away on vinyl back in the 90s when vinyl was out of fashion. I think I paid $5 for it. Try finding the original of that right now for $5. Not happening. But I love that album. I thought it was a great live album. I don't think it ever came out on CD until a year or 2 ago. Now I think it is out. More recently. Anyway, this is awesome. Loving the hell out of it. So, yes, rectifying my lack of Neil situation. And I have been picking this stuff back up. I just haven't really been listening to it much. For $5 on eBay, Neil Diamond box set from '96. I'm a fan. I admit it. I do have some of his early stuff. I have some of his mid-'70s stuff. But, the guy's got how many? 15, 20 CDs or more. Nice little summary right here. You got 27 songs on the first disc, covers the 60s. He was a songwriter before he was a performer. So a couple songs on here he wrote for other people. You get to hear him do them. Cool stuff. Disc 2 is 70 to 80, his big popular era. Disc 3, 80 to 95. I actually started with disc 3. I haven't heard the other 2 yet, but $5, another $4 shipping, under 10 delivered to your door. It's in pristine shape. And likewise for this one, this was a porch pickup, Facebook Marketplace. Coincidentally, just a couple days before Jeff Beck passed away. Rod Stewart, Storyteller. Somebody loved this box set and took amazing care of it. Or maybe they hated it and just put it away after one listen and never picked it up again, because the outside looks a little discolored, maybe a smoking home. The inside, books, immaculate. I already read the whole book, really cool. All 4 CDs, perfect shape, to the extent that when you open the discs, they're oriented properly, 12 o'clock to 6. Somebody really took great care of this box set. I almost feel bad only paying $5 for it. Great stuff here. It only goes up to 90, so none of that sappy tribute shit he was doing in the last 15 years or so. Anyway, man, that'll do it. There's our haul for December of 2022, man. Not too bad. Anyone's got any comments about anything? Where do I head first? That's kind of what I want to know. I'm already into the Neil, and a couple others got played. That Kiss is probably coming up soon. That'll do it for now, guys. If you can like and subscribe, that would be awesome. Try to get to a new release segment, which will be new for the channel, coming up very soon. Bootleg releases, super deluxe editions, all this stuff you need to know, and nothing else. All right, guys, that'll do it for now. Everyone, peace out. See you next time.